When I was younger, I had virtually no productivity. I had school 5 times a week, and that was where most of my energy went. The main thing that I did have was boxing. I was always training and working towards a goal. Besides these main activities, I didn't have much to actually fill up my time, so I spent time gaming, watching content, basically just wasting time. As I got older and started pursuing my passions, I had more things to do throughout the day, and the things I was doing felt more productive. However, it still felt like I didn't have enough to fill up the full 16 hours you're awake during the day. The two things that will help you fill up your entire day are purpose and passion. Purpose is your big mission, the thing that you want more than anything. Everyone should have a big goal that they're striving towards, whether it's your education, your work. Later on, I'll explain how to find your purpose and how to fill your day with things that fulfill your purpose. The other side to this is passion, something that you love, something you could spend all your time on, and something you're really invested in. Your passion is like a hobby or activity that you can put time into and get better at. When you work on your passions, it will give you a lease of life, and it never feels like time wasted. These methods come from my Doomer to Bloomer blueprint, my full self-improvement guide, which you can find in the description. Now for the step-by-step actions to get your day 100% productive. The first thing that you need is a calendar app, so use the one on your iPhone or Google Docs, just something where you can write it down and see what you're going to do during the week. We're going to fill this entire week up with activities, so the first thing you're going to do is put down all the things that you need to do. If you have school Monday to Friday 8 till 3, you're going to write all of these down. Likewise, if you work, you're going to plot down all of the shifts that you do. If there's any activities which repeat daily, monthly or weekly, you can make them repeat using one of the settings. Now all the time that remains we want to fill up with productive activities. The first of these that we're going to talk about is passion. Like I said before, passion is something that you're obsessed over and love. For me, my passion is fighting. I've been watching fighting my entire life, from boxing to UFC, and I love training MMA. If you locked me in a room and made me watch fights all day, I'd enjoy the time. So you have to find something similar which you can spend loads of time on and it doesn't feel wasteful or unproductive to you. If you can't think of what that is yet, the advice I'll give you is just to do more. Try new random hobbies, sign up for classes, and do things that scare you. Starting from zero can be a bit scary, but it means that you can explore any avenue that you want. You can make music, you can do sports, you can try a new hobby. For most people that are new to self-improvement, I would highly recommend fitness. Fitness will make you feel so much better, and also there's so much to learn. When you start the gym, you learn about the splits you can do, the exercises. There's also so many methods of training. You can do cardio, weights, all sorts of different lifts. And obviously exercise is great for mental and physical health as well as meeting people. So what you want to do is plot the most productive things surrounding your hobby into your calendar. For me, with MMA, this would be training 4 to 5 times a week. The times that I'm going to go to, I'm then going to plot into my calendar, and that is something new in my schedule. Now I can also do weightlifting and cardio on other days that won't affect my training, so I'm also going to add this into the routine. Now pretty much every day of the week I have a block of 2 or 3 hours where I'm working on my passion and getting closer to my goal. The other side to this is that the more time you spend on a hobby, the better you get at it and the more fun it becomes. Let's think about guitar as an example for this. At the start you're going to do a lot of boring stuff like figuring out what chords are and starting to play very basic songs. As time goes by, you pick it up easier and you start to be able to play more advanced pieces. Now it's way more fun being able to do a hobby and you're already good at it without having to learn. This means that the longer you stay in it, the less chance that you're going to drop out. When something like that becomes fun and second nature, you can then begin to add other things into your schedule. You're not limited to one hobby you can have. You can pick up multiple things and do multiple things at once, or do one and then pick up another later, and so on and so forth. You may be asking, is playing guitar really productive? Now playing guitar wasn't the point of this. The point was that you need to spend time doing something which is meaningful to you. As someone that loves music, being able to play some of my favourite songs gives me enjoyment and fulfillment, and so is meaningful to me. So find some activities that you like, plot the productive things into your routine, and then do them repeatedly. Now, the next section is mission. Your mission is what's most important to you. You can have one mission for 3 months that you're working towards, and then have another mission that takes a year, but you should have something big which you're working towards in each stage of your life. To find this, you should be asking yourself, what's the thing that would improve your life the most? Now, the more you accomplish, the more capable you become, and you can set your sights a little bit higher. There is a model in psychology called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At the bottom of the pyramid, there's basic things like survival, so air, food, warmth. As we go up the pyramid, we have more of a need for friends, love, belonging. And then to ascend above that, we have things like power, money, control. This is all in the hopes of achieving self-actualization, which basically means living to one's highest potential. So you could ask yourself, where in the pyramid are you? Maybe you're at a point where you really want to develop friendships and your social circle. For this, I could highly recommend reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is one of the best books ever written. It's like the Bible for making new connections. I suggest reading it and then implementing the principles in real life. So working on yourself, as cliche as it may sound, is a great mission for most people. However, when you're happy with your own development, you want to seek even further into the next levels. For most people, this would be producing something tangible, like me right now producing content. My mission is to be able to make money while traveling and producing videos that inspire people and have a positive impact on the world. So what tasks could I do that help me on my goal and grow the YouTube channel? Scripting, recording and editing videos is the main task that I can do. In my schedule, whenever I'm not already obligated to do something else, I'm thinking, how can I be making videos? This is great because you never have that feeling of sitting around not knowing what to do. You always have a task that your mind gravitates towards. My other piece of advice is that you should put these things as early in the day as possible. A lot of the time when you're producing something, it's hard work, which is a bit mentally draining. It's easy to push this stuff off and leave it for later in the day. And so I suggest doing it either first thing in the morning or just as quick as you can. The nature of a mission means that eventually it will become fulfilled. This means you can work on something for a while and then it's done. For this reason, it's best not to have loads of missions running simultaneously. One mission is probably the most powerful way to do it because you can always have your mind focusing on the same thing. At most, you should have 2, maybe 3 missions. You might also have a mission to grow a YouTube channel and start posting content, but then you might also have other missions like growing a good group of friends or passing your driving test. They're all worthwhile missions which might not get in the way of each other, so it's okay, but just have one mission which is harder work, which your mind can gravitate towards more than the others. Now, your mission might not be to produce something, it might just be to get to this certain goal. A mission that I had last year was to perform my first live DJ show. For 3 months I practiced almost daily, then I crafted a set which I then performed live. This was a great experience and it made me better at something, it gave me an accomplishment. Now it means that I can perform at other places and I don't have the first time nerves because I've already done it before. So filling your day up with things that work on your passion and your purpose will mean you have so much productive time throughout the day. Now there will still be a few hours left with your day, so what do you do with these? With the rest of the time, you fill it with good self-improvement habits. Go out for walks in nature and make sure you're getting plenty of sunlight. Exercise, meditate, eat clean, all of these things are productive because they help you with not just a specific goal, but with your overall well-being. The pillar stones for anything that you want to achieve rest on your physical and your mental health. By making these better, you indirectly speed up your progress to all the other goals. Instead of relaxing by wasting time on social media or being a consumer, try actually doing productive habits that make you feel energized. People have the cope that lying down bed rotting is giving them energy, but it does exactly the opposite. It makes you feel more drained and more unproductive. Swap this out for practicing mindfulness. You do this by doing the things I mentioned, like meditating and walking. It gives you time to think, and even time just to shut your brain off and not think. Just be more at one and more at peace. You can also journal about your thoughts and ambitions, and I seriously recommend keeping a diary of just what you're doing. Once a week, twice a week you can write in it, and you can read back about how your thoughts change over time. So now your entire week should be filled up with productive habits. The only real consuming you should be doing is at the end of the day for about an hour. You can watch a few TV shows, maybe scroll some social media. If you do this after you've done everything which is productive and you don't let it run your life, then this is the proper way to use it. Use technology, don't let technology use you. This is how you reclaim your energy and put it back into yourself. That is my full guide on having a week which is 100% productive. I hope you enjoyed the content. I bring you stuff like this every week. Check out the description to see my courses which this video stems from, as well as my online coaching. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bow.